Now I'm going to the next phase. I'm going to take all of my jars. These are the jars that I have a lot of my product in. They are just large canning jars. Now I had my products in these when I had my store, because in the kitchen area and above, I had in the kitchen I had several shelves, and in the main part of the store I had shelves where all of my raw products were kept, and so I put them in these jars so that people could see the raw product that I did have. So it was really pretty in the store. It looked really nice, and all of you who had visited Simply Sophie's over in Noda saw that how the jars were placed in the store. And I had a room that was specifically for Bath and Body products, and so in that room is where I kept a lot of my products, and my products that I use to make my other products. So these were the raw ingredients that I used, and I kept them, like I said, in these wonderful canning jars, which made a very beautiful decorative, gave it a very beautiful decorative edge to it, and it made it really natural, and then everyone could choose what products they wanted in their soaps or in their lotions or whatever. So here is a jar of rosebuds, and I think I've probably shown you guys these things once before. Spearmint, and then I have like a jar of oatmeal, and we've been through this. We've been through this before. So now that I am on the internet and I am not in my store any longer, I don't have a need right now for these jars. They're taking up a lot of space. I've downsized my home, so I've moved to a smaller place. I don't have the size that I once had. I had a huge kitchen, and I made all of my products at home and at the store, but I don't have that any longer. So I have to downsize some of these products and make it a little bit more efficient for me to work. I don't like a lot of clutter when I'm working. So instead of using these canning jars, of course I'm going to save them because I do recycle, repurpose, and reuse. I am going to keep them, but I'm going to put them in storage, put them in in boxes, and put them away in storage because I don't have a need for them now. I will use them again for those of you who request large portions of some of the raw products that I get. I do have quite a few customers who not only purchase my shea butter in bulk, but you also buy in bulk a lot of my masks. This would be one of them. You know, if I have clay, and I have a lot of do-it-yourselfers who subscribe to my blog, which is wonderful, and I have a lot of friends who just email me, and one in particular, she likes the clay that I made as a facial mask for her, and when she goes to the store to buy the clay, it costs her a little bit more, so she buys it from me cheaper than she would be able to buy from the store. So I sold her, probably really gave it to her. I love you very much. A big jar like this, as opposed to her going to the store and buy little bags of them. A big jar, and so she can make her own product whenever she wants to. So I do that quite often. So anyway, I'm going to get rid of these jars. I only have now one label left, and and all of my labels are stuck in a box somewhere under some books. So I'm not going to dig them out. I'll just do the cheap way again and use notebook paper and a marker and some tape. It always works. But I'm going to, like I said, take my products out of these jars and put them in little plastic storage bags. So let's see, let's get started here. Poppy seeds. Poppy seeds are really wonderful. I think I've said this before. Poppy seeds, Lord have mercy. Poppy seeds are really, really wonderful to garnish your soap with. I've said before that when I've done a kiwi soap, I used poppy seeds to sprinkle in the kiwi soap, and it looked like the little seeds in the kiwi fruit. So I just take the soap, excuse me, I just take the kiwi, Lord have mercy, I just take the poppy seeds and just pour it into the bag here. And then I'm done. Always keep in mind though, when you do switch containers, I'm going to wash these out. Make sure they're dry. You sterilize them before you put them away. Make sure they're completely dry before you put them away. You don't want the tops to rust or to get mildew or something on the inside of the bottle. Also, when you make your labels, make sure that you put your bag, if you're using bags, now this might sound very simple, but I just forgot to do it. You write your label out on your paper first, then you affix it to a bag that has nothing in it first, then then you pour your product in there. And you do that because once you get your product in there, it's kind of hard to write on the bag and stick things on the bag. So I'm sorry, but anyway, this is just an easier way for me to keep up with everything. I can get more items in my box, excuse me, in my file cabinet. I have I'll show you, this is the bin that I had them in, but they go inside a plastic drawer, and so I have a tower, what I call a tower, my raw product tower or file cabinet, and so I have an entire drawer full of product, and as you could imagine, these take up a whole lot more space than the plastic bags. So since I don't have anything that is completely full of other than the lavender, I don't have any jar that is completely full to the top, I can put it in a plastic bag and put it in this container, and I can get a whole lot more in here than I could with the jars. So that's what I'll be doing this morning. I've been doing this since about 5:30. It's about 9:30 now, and so I'm almost done. So I will be back with you all a little bit later, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me at simplysophie's@hotmail.com or sophiesoaps@hotmail.com. Either one is very easy. And for all of you friends at Facebook, just hit me up at Sophie Soaps, and Twitter, the same thing. That would be Sophie Soaps. Thanks so much for watching, and I love you all. God bless.